Hey everybody, Cody Schmidt back again here in Anchor Lanes in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, and today is not going to be another ball review. It's going to be a spare drill or a spare routine that I do with my high school kids and with myself to help us get better at our makeable spares. So stay tuned if you need some spare help. Alright guys, so we are out on the lanes here. And we're going to be working with the spare drill that I do. I do it for myself and I do it for the high school kids that I coach. This isn't a drill that I came up with. This is something I believe I saw on Daria's Instagram. Daria is from Poland. She bowls with 900 Global. I don't want to pronounce her last name because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. But Daria, if you're watching, thank you for this. This has improved my spare game and my high school kids' spare game. So I'm going to put the sheet up on the screen here. This itself is a spreadsheet that I made. This is what I give to my high school kids and also what I use when I actually do this drill. Basically, you're throwing at 6 single pins, 3, 6, 10 combination, and a washout. You're going to do the 6 single pins and both of those combinations for each round. I have on here 10 rounds. You can do more rounds than 10. Usually when I make my high school kids do it, they do a minimum of 5 rounds just so I can kind of gauge, what spare they're pretty good at and what spare they need work in. But we'll start with the 10 pin here. When you're throwing at the 10 pin, you want to hit either the 10 pin or the 6-10 combination. You don't want to hit the 3 pin just because if you hit the 3 pin, that's getting a little close. And you want to make sure that you're really drilling this pin head on, excuse me. So again, make sure you hit the 10 pin or the 6-10 or count it as a miss. Kind of the same thing with the 7 pin. You want to hit the 7 pin or the 4-7, otherwise it's going to be close. And you don't want to make things close. You want to make sure that you're hitting these pins straight on. So again, either the 7 pin or the 4-7 combination. Then you're moving to the 6 pin. You can get, I would say, the 6-10, the 3-6, pretty much any one of the 3-6-10 combinations. As long as you hit that 6 pin head on, you can count that as a make. If you hit the head pin, that might be getting kind of close as well. Use your judgment, I guess. 4 pin, same thing. You can get really any of the 2-4-7 combination. But again, you want to make sure you're hitting that 4 pin straight on. Then we're moving to the 9 pin. Now, what I tell my high school kids is, when you're throwing at the 9 pin, you want to make sure that you hit that 3-6 pocket. Obviously, it's a little harder to tell with the 9 pin and the 8 pin. Make sure you use your judgment, but make sure you don't short yourself, right? So, when you're not honest with yourself about getting a pin, that's only hurting yourself because that could be showing you something that you need to work on. So make sure you're honest with yourself. So that's the 9 pin. The 8 pin, you want to make sure, what I tell my kids, you want to hit that head pin straight on. You want to be kind of heavy. Obviously in the pocket could work as well. Just make sure you use your judgment with the 8 pin. Then we're throwing at the 3-6-10 combination. I told my kids as well, make sure you hit that 3-6 pocket. Obviously anything different, your spare percentage goes down on that 3-6-10 combination. So make sure you hit that 3-6 pocket or count it as a miss. And then the washout. You want to make sure that you hit that washout. If you're a right-hander in that 1-2 pocket, make sure that you can cross that ball over so you can slide that head pin over and take out either the super washout or the washout with the 10 pin. Obviously, if you're lefty, you want to flip that 3-6-10 combination in the washout. So if you're lefty, you're going to be shooting for the, 2-4-7, and then the washout, you're going to be aiming for that 1-3 pocket, just to be able to slide that head pin over. So I'm going to go out on the lanes here in a minute. Just give me a minute that I can set the lane up, and then I'll actually run you guys through and show you guys what this is supposed to look like. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so here we go. Hopefully I figured out a way to put this sheet in the corner of the screen. If not, I apologize. I'm not the greatest at editing videos yet, so... But here we go. I'm going to throw out the 10 pin here. Now, like I said, you want to make sure you either hit the 10 pin or the 6-10. You don't want to get the 3 pin. So here we go. And that's perfect. Hit the 10 pin right on. Now, I think it's important when you're throwing at spares that you want to use a plastic ball, and I think that's important for most of your spares. I've been kind of getting better at using a plastic ball for all my spares, especially when I go cross lane. I forgot to mention, I'm actually practicing on, I believe it is Broadway, which is 37 feet long, I believe. My spare shooting actually gets worse the shorter pattern I bowl on. So this is Broadway, like I said. Now I'm going to throw out the 7-pin. So again, you either want to get the 7 or the 4-7. Try and get out of your way here. So there. That's how you do the 10-pin and the 7-pin. All right, now we're going to go for the 6-pin. So again, you want to make sure you get it in that 3-6-10 kind of area, that pocket. So here we go, 6-pin. Oh. Oh man. I know I said you don't want to get it too close. I thought I missed it off my hand, but I picked it up. Now obviously we're going to be throwing at the 4-pin next. If you don't have a 4-pin standing there, make sure you reset your rack just to make sure that it's accurate. So right now I'm perfect, which is great. So now we're going to be throwing at the 4-pin. And nailed that one. Off to a great start here. My spares usually aren't that bad. They're usually, I usually miss probably one makable during league. So one makable every 3 games. Truly isn't that bad, but obviously you don't want to miss any. So now we're going for the 8-pin. What is it? No, 9-pin. 9-pin. So that 9-pin is right behind the 3-pin there. So for me, pretty much throw exactly like I would at the 3-6. And I'm going to count that one as a miss because I pulled that ball. Not a great spare shot at all. I didn't warm up at all, so that could be a problem. Or I could just be making excuses for myself. All right, here we go. We'll throw at the 9-pin here again. All right, and that's a 9-pin make. So if we would have counted the first one, that would have been a 9-pin miss. That second one was a 9-pin spare. Now we're going to throw at the 8-pin. Honestly, the 8-pin probably should be the easiest because all you're doing is probably maybe moving 1 or 2 boards to the right off your strike shot, or maybe not moving any. Usually when I throw at an 8-pin, I just use my strike ball and I don't move at all. But all right, so here we go at the 8-pin. And that would have been an 8-pin spare. All right, so now we're done with the single pins. We're going to move on to, this is going to be the 3-6-10 combination. Now, like I said, you want to make sure that you hit this 3-6-10 in that 3-6-10 pocket, or I'm sorry, in that 3-6 pocket. So I'll reset my pins here. Basically, we're throwing where I said for the 9-pin. So we're throwing at that 3-6 pocket. Oh, man. I didn't want to strike there, though. So I would have missed the 3-6-10, which, honestly, the 3-6-10s are something that I need to work on right now. But we'll try it again here. Don't have to reset anything, which is nice because I struck, but... Okay, so 3-6-10 here again. There. That's a 3-6-10 make. So I would probably be, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would be 5 for 7 right now, which isn't the greatest. And then this is a perfect washout here. Usually for washouts, I throw a spare ball pretty much. I stand left and then throw a spare ball kind of at the pocket like a lefty would, essentially, but this is for washout. And that's how I throw up my washouts. Like I said, I like to use my spare ball at everything. But there you go. I just went through everything for you guys. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to answer as many as I can. If you want me to email you that spreadsheet that I have, say the word, man. Just hit me up. Give me your email in the comments, and I'll email you a copy of that spreadsheet. I'll email it to you for free. I just want you guys to get better at your spares. You know, like everybody keeps talking about, spare games are what wins. Spare games are what win leagues, what win tournaments, what win games. You know, spare games are what win you championships, you know. So you don't have a great bowling game unless you have a great spare game. So make sure you work on your spares. If this helps you at all, make sure you leave that in the comments too. If this is worthwhile for you, if you actually use this, if you worked on this, you know, obviously that would give me a huge boost because, you know, it helps people. And that's what I made this channel for. I want to make sure you guys get some help, give you guys tips, pointers to make your game better. So make sure you tell me in the comments if this helped you or not. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this video. Like I said, comment down below your email or whatever if you want me to send you that spare sheet if you actually use this, if it helped you. Make sure you subscribe for some ball reviews, some spare work, maybe some tips, tricks, that sort of thing. But make sure you subscribe, hit that bell. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.